Hello, I'm Tandy, and welcome to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be playing more Sultai Rona, but this time we're trying out a new 2-drop. We're going to be focusing today's matches around the card Ledger Shredder. So, Ledger Shredder, a 2-mana threat, has flying, it's a 1/3. Whenever any player casts their second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder connives. So you get to draw, discard, and if you pitch a spell, you put a 1/1 counter on it. What Ledger Shredder does in a deck that has a lot of like blue cantrips or 1-mana interaction like Thoughtseize and Fatal Push is that it gives us a threat that immediately grows, but it also allows us, as the game progresses, to discard excess 1-mana interactive pieces that are mediocre. So what Ledger Shredder does it allows us to essentially present like a pretty big threat for just 2 mana. But on top of that, it allows us to discard redundant combo pieces as well as like dead thought seizes when our opponent has no cards in hand, and turn those into, extra lands, pushing towards treasure cruise, finding more combo pieces, things of that nature. Ledger Shredder is also 2-drop, so we can find it via Tyvar, which is nice. But that is about the extent of where the Ledger Shredder's value ends. Whenever we want to try to win a fair game, let's say transforming Rona, Herald of Invasion, maybe buying and casting Gigantha, Ledger Shredder can help win the game in that way. I kind of want to try to fit a 4th in here, but I'm honestly at a loss for what to add. I'm thinking about trimming a Tyvar for it, but Tyvar is like one of the kills when you're doing Rona stuff, and I think cutting one is probably a mistake. Also, I don't want to add a 4th Treasure Cruise. I don't want to add a 4th Ledger Shredder over Treasure Cruise because they work so well together. My gut is telling me, honestly, to cut a Retraction Helix for a Ledger Shredder. Mostly because it's the worst combo piece of the bunch, and it's bad in multiples, whereas the others are potentially good in multiples. Rona specifically good in multiples because it dies so much. Moxhammer good in multiples because it's extra mana, extra loots with Rona. It's like Lotus Petal when it's bad, and that's pretty solid. That's kind of the gist. That's where we're going with the deck today. Ledger Shredder is a new 2-drop we're trying out. Everything else is pretty similar to what we're used to. We had a couple flex slots, and those are now just Ledger Shredder. The sideboard, mostly the same. We're still Gigantha deck. We're trying out Rave Enfeeblement as a 4 of to help out against Mono White. Ether Gust, Negate, and Mystical Dispute are our ways to interact with the stack against various decks. Duress, another good interactive piece alongside Thoughtseize, and whenever we're trimming Fatal Push, Duress can come in. A couple Terra Sunders and a Canker Bloom. These are our 3 disenchants for opposing recipes, things of that nature. The one Canker Bloom is a nod to Tyvar, but if we're blowing up like Leyline of the Void, we can't really recur to Tyvar, which is why I'm not all in on Canker Bloom. I think Terra Sunder is just a solid card in general. So this is Sultai Tyvar with Ledger Shredder. Let's play a league, yeah? All right, we're here for round number 1. Let's reveal the Gigantha. Opener looks okay. No 1-mana interaction, no 1-mana play at all, but we do have turn 2 Shredder. Opponent didn't reveal anything. We're going to keep. This is a reasonable hand, even if we don't have the 1-mana interaction. We have a lot of potential draws, and it might not even be necessary. Isn't Fae just a better win con? I mean, when you have tons of mana, I think Karn is a better win con than Fae because you just naturally use Karn to do fun, powerful stuff. But I think overall, like, they're just very similar in what they want to accomplish. I've seen people playing Fae without elves and doing okay, but it doesn't really make sense to me personally. Because those types of cards really need, like, juiced mana in order to push towards that late game. Alright, the Bankman. Alright, so I'll probably go for Rona first. I'm assuming it's going to die. And we don't have any of the other combo pieces yet, so let's go Rona first, force the interaction. Because there's always just the threat that they die with the Rona. But also we can loot, play Jace, we have Fatal Push up. But if they play something to push, we could go Shredder Push with the loot. That seems okay. Finale Keen sounds gas. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought the Finale seemed pretty cool in that build just because it acted as tutor effects. Like, we had Quarter Calling in there last week, but Cord was a little awkward with the mana creatures. Cord is traditionally weak when all your creatures already tap for mana. That is not necessarily true in like Modern because there's just so many cool silver bullets and stuff, and also many of the mana creatures are like Wall of Roots, which already have that ability attached. Like being able to tap and make mana is just so broken. PWK. Oh, that's so loud. Yo, what up, Suspense Search? That's my guy. All right. Oh, well, that was a good draw. All right, so now we can go Shredder plus Thoughtseize. Maybe discard Fatal Push, depending. Yep. We'll discard Push for now. Probably take Shield Red. Trespasser and Bone Crusher are both only okay here. We could take Bone Crusher to protect our Jace, but that makes our cruise a lot worse. If they just hit land 4 there, we're in a lot of trouble. Trespasser's not bad. Had all these bits? Yeah. Gotta burn them, baby. Alright, so we know they have Bone Man to stomp. They can crew Bankbuster and attack for 4. That puts at 13. Can't quite block. Alright, so let's start with Consider, because we could hit to be able to Treasure Cruise, but I'll probably just try to cruise next turn. Tyvar. So if we Graveyard Tyvar and draw an untapped land, we can cruise. I kind of want to keep it, play Jace and loot, and then we go for a cruise next turn. I kind of have to discard a spell here anyway. So if I discard Tyvar, this is a 3/5. It checks both things really nicely. The Jace is going to die to Stomp. I think I have to discard Tyvar. But it's more of like a... This is like a forced discard type deal. I don't want to discard it, right? Now we can use Ledger Shredder on defense. 3/5 blocks Bankbuster. If they have Stomp, we get to keep the Jace. If they have another removal spell for the Shredder, I'm going to be up the creek without a pedal. If they crew an attack with a Bankbuster, I have to feel like it's a bit of a bluff. Because they should do that. They should have done that even before activating this Bone Crusher. Alright, so they're just going to activate. They've already played a land this turn, I think, right? Yeah, they played Haunted Ridge, so we're in the clear-ish. Now we get to cruise. Alright, let's cruise first. We're going to try to hold all of our mana, even though a Tyvar with Jace could be good. Alright, we'll play Ledger Shredder, and then probably buy Giganta unless we draw something good here. But we can use this to... Okay, nice. So now we have Mox. So now we can play Rona and then like threaten combo next turn. Can't buy Giganta this turn though. That's okay. Ledger Shredder's looking great. Letting us loot a bit, letting us you know, hold back Graveyard Trespasser is nice. It is doing the thing. It's playing defense very nicely. Against what I would consider one of our tougher matchups, so... Alright, well I'm definitely blocking with Shredder, even if they have the stomp for it. Our Rona survives, and we get to Rummage. And if we draw a spell, it doesn't even work. Oh, they haven't played a spell yet. They drew a card off Bankbuster, so that's fine. Stomp here is okay. Now if we draw... Let's see. We trade there, so they can transform this, activate an attack. We can loot with Rona, buy Giganta, maybe play it. Alright, let's go... Jace to untap. Oh, we should have Ledger Shredder first. That was a punt. What if we just flip and attack for 5? I don't hate that. The Shredder... I should have Shreddered first. That was a mistake. If we loot again, we can go Shredder and buy the Giganta. I kind of just want to flip Rona and smash, though. I think I'm gonna. Just because we have 2 Ronas down already. Or sorry, 2 Tyvars down already. They're gonna have to have like a powered kill for this or something. They already burned 1. And then even if they do, we have a Jace on backup. If we take this down to 6, should be able to play defense against this reasonably well. This has trample. If they ever block it, we get a free card out of their hands. Thanks, Taylor. Thanks, Roy. Appreciate y'all. All right, Hive is the play for them. Dark Wizard, thanks for the follow. All right, so they're going to main phase activate. They played their land already. That might be a slight mistake. My guess is they'll just play Bone Crusher and pass. We'll attack with this. We'll loot with Jace. Play Ledger Shredder. Maybe buy Gigantha and play it if we draw the land naturally. Yada yada. Trespasser. Okay, so that's going to put us to 9. This is spell or ability or just spell? I always forget. All right, so we can loot with Jace. Let's go ahead and do that. Helix. So we drew the Helix, but it's not valuable anymore. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just discard Sanctum. So if I attack for 5, I'm actually just on the back foot. So I think I'll just hold Rona for a turn. I don't think they'll block. And I think that we're in a bit of trouble if they get aggressive. Here, at the very least, we can hold up Helix to play on Rona and bounce something if we need to. I don't want to, but we can. Wards both. Are you sure it's an ability too? Push is a pretty fucked up draw, I'm not gonna lie. Bone Man is only spell. Okay. Alright, we'll just take the damage from the Trespasser, I guess. They should have crewed the Bank Buster and attacked for sure. Then I might have been forced to chump block. Yeah, I like the deck too, Taylor. It's pretty rough against Rakdos, though. They have a lot of, like, whenever you're playing a combo deck that removal's good against you, if your opponent has, like, Thoughtseize and Fatal Push and they're both great against your deck, that's usually terrible for you. Because those are just, like, the best pieces of interaction, and most decks are highly vulnerable to one, not both, you know? Alright, well, I don't have the Infinite yet, so let's maybe discard the Retraction Helix. And then maybe we can flip Jace. If we draw Tyvar, we can flip Jace, Helix, Rona, go for Rona combo, but we need to draw Tyvar naturally. And then we don't, I guess that gives us the kill, so the Helix in the graveyard is fine for that. If it gets eaten next turn, that's also not a huge deal. Yeah, they made a huge mistake not attacking with Bank Buster that turn too. Alright, so we drew it again, but still doesn't do much. So we might need to, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can play these two and go to 4. That's probably our best bet. I don't think looting with Jace is correct. Alright, we'll say go, and then we can use Jace to block and loot. Rector's good in all formats, yeah. I mean, it's just a great deck. I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt that they printed some of the most messed up Rakdos 2 and 3 drops in the past 5 years, right? So they're all legal and standard. Alright, Hive coming in. Alright, so this one's essentially a can't block, so we're going to go to 1. Probably die to stomp from hand. Maybe from the Trespasser attack, too. Yeah, so we're just dead to Trespasser Hive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. See, it doesn't matter how bad they play, still, it's just a terrible matchup. It's one of the reasons why I've been, like, a little down on the archetype lately. Just, like, can't find a way to beat Rakdos. Like, my sideboard never has cards for the matchup because their deck has no, like, They have no vulnerabilities, right? Just a plain ass Rakdos beatdown deck with some thought seizes, you know. Like I think right now I'm going to the RC in June as well, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna play Mono Green Devotion. But I want to exhaust all my other potentials before then. Yeah, I mean Lotus is fine too, but I'm probably gonna play. Personally, I'm just gonna play Mono Green. I think I'm also not like playing great. Like being very distracted talking to chat and stuff makes me mess up a bunch. And I think the deck is better than it looks when I'm playing it, especially in paper. Like it's a really intricate strategy that involves a lot of micro decisions and sequencing. And like even last game, like I just played my shredder second and I mean I might have died because of it, you know what I'm saying? And like my whole game plan changed. I took extra damage on a turn. I didn't get a remage. You know, it's just how it be. I might not use Mana Confluence next turn, and I might play a tapped Water Grave. So I think I'm going to Tyvar here. And we'll get back to Jace. Okay, now if ever our opponent goes to kill Jace, we can Retraction Helix it, and then we can just loot and flip it. Thanks to the Mox and the Tyvar. So at the moment, Retraction Helix can essentially be Spell Pierce for Fatal Push or whatever. What's up, Float Mana? How's it going? I don't really want to loot while they have a mana untapped though, because that means that Jace could die. But maybe Jace dying is okay. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay. One red mana, so maybe they have Running Volley too? That'd be a bummer. Well, if Excavator's gone, we can't really win anymore. That's very unfortunate. Or at least you can't win with combos, so we have to win in a hard way. Okay. Alright, I'll salute, and then we can untap. Alright, let's go untap you. See if they let it resolve. We'll go Shredder plus Thoughtseize plus Transform. Power Word Kill, Fable Bone Crusher. Let's maybe take Fable and then Transform. So now because my combo doesn't really work, because the Tyvar doesn't, I guess we could just spray the board with creatures, so it's not really game. I'm just gonna discard Fatal Push, and then if no matter what happens next turn, we can maybe go for combo. We can also just Thoughtseize again and get their Bone Crusher. That actually sounds pretty lit. That keeps our Tyvar alive so that we can do Rona shit next turn. So if they want to power word kill the Ledger Shredder, that's fine. The rest of their hand is just lands and powered. Protect Jace at all costs. I mean, if I just tick up, Jace is pretty protected, right? Powered kill on this is fine. Yeah, we don't have a Kanker Bloom in the deck though, so I don't think we can win that way. They should probably activate Hearse. Abrade the Mox. Lame. Ooh, wahoo. Alright, so let's loot with this. I'll put you an extra Helix, untap this. Looting now doesn't do a lot. because even if if I find the Mox, I can still do it. So let's go for it. All right, so now next turn, we need to draw the Mox still. The hearse, if it attacks, we can maybe get a Tyvar or Treasure Cruise off or something next turn. Main phase Castle Lochthwain is always a good time. They drew. Okay. So they still have Blightstep Pathway in hand. Let's see if they main phase the hearse. I don't think they should. They should wait for me to target with Jace, which I'm just not going to do. Alright, so I can minus the Jace target cruise. They eat the cruise and the Jace. So maybe we just... I think I'm just going to tick up on the Rona and loot again with the Rona instead of minusing. Minus is like not a guarantee, so it's awkward. Young Dingo with a raid! Howdy. Bing bong! Yo, thanks for the raid, my friend. Alright, let's just buy Jag. We can maybe play next turn. We have 2 Planeswalkers that are juiced up. Our Jace is currently taken care of. At some point, we can go Helix target Rona, Rona bounce Helix, Rona bounce Hearse into do stuff. But our Excavator's gone, so our do stuff is just spray the board with Jace's, Ronas, and Shredders with Tyvar. But I think that's okay. Trespasser, that can crew Hearse, and then they can smash me for 6 or kill Planeswalker. Thanks, St. Nick. Appreciate it. Thanks, Malachi. They trespass your Excavator. What's your plan? Well, some builds we have Karn. In this build, it's there's honestly not a ton. We're in a bit of trouble. We used to have 2 Excavator to prevent this from happening. Ever since I started playing 1, it keeps happening where I just like lose it to an exile effect. It's unfortunate. All right, so Jace is down. That's fine. I'm gonna minus the Tyvar probably just to get the Jace back. You know. All right, let's get the Jace back. So maybe we should loot with Jace. Consider we're looking for Mox. So this is 1 spell. This will be 2. Let's loot. We'll try again. Consider digging 1 more. If we find Mox, we can mini go off. Cruise. All right. We haven't played a land yet, so if we have an untapped land, we can do stuff. All right, still didn't find the Mox. We did transform Jace this turn, so we can kill Bone Crusher Giant, or we can kill Graveyard Trespasser. Maybe I should just kill Trespasser, because it keeps chewing in my graveyard. And I'm just going to discard extra Tyvar. All right. Well, we're trying our darndest. It's not working super well. Couldn't find my second Mox in 35. The first one got abraded. One thing that this version's lacking is recursion for Mox. And one way we can do that is by playing Rin and Realmbreaker. There was a Keenan version of the deck that was playing 2 Rin and Realmbreaker I thought looked pretty good. It's your birthday? Technically, yesterday was my birthday, but I was busy and stream was busy. Alright, so if they crew Bone Crusher, attack with Hearse to put me to 6, Shieldred puts me to 4, but I can go upkeep Helix on the Rona. So I can stay at 6. and then maybe go off from there. We can untap a Tyvar. We can minus Tyvar, and then we can play Tyvar from hand. But our Diligent Excavator is gone, so this is awkward. Would Emery not be a good include? Emery is a very bad magic card when you only have 4 artifacts in your deck. You need, like, the reason why it's good in Modern is because you have a ton of just, like, really strong Modern cards at your disposal. Like, Modern artifacts. And Pioneer just doesn't have multiple artifact sets in the mix that were there previously. Well, Ryumi, if they don't animate Hearse, I can't kill either creature in play, and I think that that's just generically awkward. Like, that's just, like, pretty bad for me if that ends up happening. Okay, so we'll take the Shieldred. We'll just play Gigantha. I think that's a losing line. They have no cards in hand. The Hearse is going to be pretty big. I have to, like, chump block next turn, basically. If I go main phase Helix on Rona, bounce Shieldred, play Tyvar, untap loot. That's also just, like, not a good line either. Shredder looting is bad. Alright, we're gonna go for it. I don't think we're gonna win without doing this, so we'll just try. Remember, Tormod's Crypt goes infinite as well, but you need a Cincy. Yeah, but you need a third thing, okay? Like, Emery is good in those builds, I guess, right? But you just have to play a ton of artifacts is all. Alright, so let's untap the Rona. We got a loot with Rona, and then we have an untap with Tyvar, and maybe one more loot if we draw an untapped land. Alright, so let's draw. Alright, we need Mox. We need Mox right now to have a shot. Okay. Shredder gone. You know, I just don't really know what to do. Like, literally 40 cards, 1 Mox, right? 40 cards, only hit 1 Mox. Alright, so let's go Blooming March first so we can Fatal Push. We could hold up Consider, but I want to play a 2-drop on 2. And if they play a 1-drop, I, like, am almost priced into killing it or whatever. And if they don't, I can, like, it's just not a big deal to miss. We'll go for Rona so we get an extra loot next turn by casting the Jace, and Jace is not going to flip next turn, so that's fine. Oh, what's up, RV? Thanks for hanging. Alright, Vanna. Alright. Alright, so let's start with the loot. Discard Mana Confluence. Play Jace. Hold back our 1-3. We can go in a turn Consider. We can loot with Rona, but I want to hold it back as a blocker here early. Obviously, if they play Thal's Lieutenant and buff them to 3/2s, we'll just eat it. Alright, we're going to loot, and if we draw Fatal Push, we're going to blow them out. We'll discard the Botanical Sanctum. Consider. Graveyard the land. Tyvar's whatever. We can flip Fatal Push, get our thing back next turn. We'll take the 4. Yo! So there's no reason really to Diligent Excavator other than to play defense, but I kind of like doing that, honestly. So I can go Shock Tyvar. I should have played Tyvar first, honestly. Okay, let's go Diligent Excavator. Let's play this tapped. Let's not bother with the Mox this turn. We can use it to loot next turn if we need to. Let's just hope that Rona doesn't die in this spot. The Diligent Excavator playing defense is nice. Mutavault, Thal's Lieutenant. Okay. Should we double block? I kind of want to double block because we have the Tyvar. Alright, so they're killing the Jace. Alright, I'll just let Jace die, I think. If all of them are going to Jace. Alright, so now we win. So let's loot draw. Pitch Treasure Cruise. They should know they're dead when I pitch Treasure Cruise, so let's just go. Save targets, you. Yo, Icy Wolf coming in with the 2 months. Says happy birthday. Yo, thank you so much. All right, so let's go blue Helix. I don't even need to play the Tyvar because we already have our guy. Whatever. GG. All right, 4 Raven Feeblement coming in. I think that's it. And then maybe we just got the Thought Seizes. 8 is a great start, but I've had plenty of derails after a great start. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and play the Mox just because if they play Thalia, I don't want it to be taxed at any point. If they play Thalia, I'm going to consider looking for land. If they play anything else, I might push it. With Sandra going to 3-year rotation, do you think they'll be a bit more ban happy? I don't know. Maybe not. I think that the bigger the pool is, the more likely it is that something is able to keep other things in check. If that makes sense. Maybe playing the Mox was wrong because I have Ledger Shredder. Actually, gotta figure that out as we progress through the matches. All right, Adeline, 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 bang. Could have waited till their turn, so I maybe get the connive. Maybe that was better. No guarantee that we don't get battered, though. All right, we're okay with it. In case I draw the land, actually, I want to play the Jace next turn, so let's just go ahead and kill it. Sounded like Final Fantasy 9 for some reason. Well, all right, so let's go loot. We got Rona Helix. I kind of want to keep the land. Maybe we just discard Tyvar. Next turn we go Rona Ray. I think we're just going to win easily with the Ledger Shredders now. All right, let's loot. Pitch a land. Let's go Rona. Let's go Ray on this thing. It's a little aggressive, but I want to get the connives going. All right, first loot, we're going to pitch a Helix. Second loot, we're going to pitch another Helix because we just don't care about the combo anymore. Bash for 4. We can maybe flip Rona next turn if we're lucky, and then smash for a lot. Otherwise, we can go like consider plus some stuff. Okay, we'll go for a Shredder into consider. This is going to be blind flips, so there's no reason to stack them. However, all right, let's loot, see if we hit a removal. No reason to attack with Rona. They can just animate the Mutavault and block. Next turn, I guess we can loot with Rona. Maybe play the Mox, but next turn we can just flip Rona and attack with everything. Maybe I shouldn't have looted at all. Maybe the Mox that I drew was just goated. Goated with the sauce. Okay, so we have most of the combo. I'm going to put back a Fatal Push and just hope I'm not playing against creatures. I can keep like 1 push, 1 Thoughtseize, but I think it's better just keep 2 Thoughtseize and cross your fingers. Anyway, the cool thing is that when a black hole takes information, it like crushes it against the surface of the black hole. And so they don't think information is destroyed. They just think it's compressed into a very weird thing. And it's kind of like this the way that you think about it is the way that you think about like reading a song. Reading a song is very similar, right? It's just compressed information, flattened. I think I'm just gonna take the Scooz Your Daddy. Anyway, probably nothing. I just thought it was nice, fun to think about. BCS, thanks for the big raid. Appreciate you. All right, so we know they have a braid. Do I just play Rona and let it die? I think so. Then we can just get it back later. It's okay. Black hole sounds like your brain. Yeah, real talk. I think that the easiest way to compute information is to squish it, right? I think that I actually do think that black holes maybe process information similar to how we do with a brain, right? Or how we do with media in general. Maybe they compress matter into another dimension. Well, we already know that they release Hawking radiation, and so they're slowly, very slowly dissolving, very slowly dissolving. And so I think that that is how the matter escapes. But I think that there's also a chance that each black hole generates its own universe with its own set of physics, which I think is pretty interesting. Okay, I'm just a discard helix, whatever. So we're not that close to comboing, and if we hit, we hit anyway. I should take Love Struck Beast, leave him with the big boy. Oh yeah, you bet digital. I'm convinced that most artists that are popular have one good song, maybe two good songs. Britney has way more than that. Britney's Bay. They should target the same one twice, but they're going to target each one time. Nope, they didn't. All right, we'll take it. See you. Think that I'm sent from above. I'm hoping we draw something that we can play. Exactly. All right, let's get back Rona. And I kind of want to loot because I can block Mutavault, but if I draw something great here, like a Fatal Push, that would have been sick. Let's just discard Jace. Reality is subjective. Well, I don't think reality is subjective. I think that our interpretation of reality is subjective. I think that if two people look at the same thing and measure it in the same way, they'll get the same information. And if that's the case, then that means that reality is not subjective. But our perception of reality is definitely shaped by our, input uh, mechanisms, right? Eyeballs, ears, tongue, mouth, how we process information, how we process matter and to turn it into energy. All right, so let's see what they do. They could go for the Tyvar. If they do, things are going to get a little harder. I'm hoping they just go for me. If they put 2 on the Mutavault and attack with it, I'm definitely trading with Ledger Shredder. If they put 2 on the Storm Seekers, and we'll figure out blocks in another way. Your entire lived experience, which is unique to you. Yeah, but that's not the same thing as reality being subjective. That just means that you live a life and other people live a life. All right, so if we draw the Mox and they don't kill the Tyvar, we win. If they go face, we'll trade. All right, let's see what they do. If they send 2 things at the Tyvar, we'll just let it die and we'll bonk our life total a bit. All right, so let's trade. And now we're pretty close to killing thanks to the Jace. So all we need is Mox because we have Helix in the yard. We got a lot of looks as well. It's not a bad draw. We do need to have like 1 blue untapped. All right, we need to draw Mox. All right, we drew Mox. So we win. Discard Thoughtseize. All right, this is going to take a little... This isn't going to take that long to win, actually. Let's go Helix. Helix the Rona. All right, so let's go blue. Green. Okay, they quit. All right, so Gruul, kind of a Tarka red, kind of Imperiosaur mid-range beatdowns. I think I just want the Ether Gust. Maybe the Terra Sunders. Ray of Enfeeblement might be okay as well. I'm gonna trim Thought Seizes. I feel like we can just fall really far behind and die. Maybe a Canker Bloom over a Ray of Enfeeblement. They didn't show me that many 1 toughness things, so. Bombing Ground. Here's an elf, probably. Alright, we're gonna kill that thing. If you only play 2 Fae, how many cards should a Wish package be for them? Well, I don't think you should play Fae of Wishes unless you play 4 and you put a Helix and a Mox in the sideboard. I think if you play fewer than that, it's 1 Fae and it's 1 kill. You can play 1 Fae with 1 kill condition and like no tutor targets. You want all 4 Mox, all 4 Helix. Or you want to go the complete opposite route. One of the two. Yeah, but isn't it kind of messed up that there's different ranks of Infinity? It just feels weird to me. I think instead of Watery Grave, I think maybe instead of all of the Shocklands, we should just be playing Pathways. I'm going to put them on like blue and black most of the time. Taking damage from my lands is so cap. We'll take the 3. I'm hoping that I draw a 1 mana thing so I can go Shredder plus 1 mana thing. See, here we just have like no good plays. Always thought about running a basic swamp. I think an island's fine. I mean, I have 1 basic. I don't think you need 2. How quickly you can get to infinity? See, that's like that just sounds wrong to me. Like insinuating that you can reach the infinity or figure out the infinity or get to the infinity the quickest. There, like it makes sense, right? That there's different magnitudes of infinity. Like there's obviously, I don't know, things can be infinitesimally small and infinitesimally large, which is really weird in my brain. All right, so let's go discard a breeding pool. All right, let's do some looting. Looting and tooting. We can't discard the Diligent Excavator because if it gets eaten, we're in trouble. We're pretty far from combo, so I'm just going to do this. Discard the Helix. I'm going to sit back on the Shredders now that they're... Let's see, they put it on bottom. Okay, so they're looking for Big Boy. Do I attack now then? I think not. I think I hold back and play defense, offer trades, offer double blocks. Here comes the Love Struck Beast. We'll take 6 down to 6. Cross my fingers. All right. Let's go Fatal Push here. That'll hopefully keep the Left Strike Beast at bay for a minute. Let's loot. I'm going to discard the Tyvar. We're not really looking to win that way. I'm going to push from the graveyard, and we're going to push the Stormseeker. We're going to loot twice. Zorlandu, thanks for the follow. All right, and now I'm going to play Ledger Shredder just to have a blocker in case things go south. And then I think I'm going to smash for 5. If they play another 1 toughness creature, I think I'll chump block this. Next turn we can go like cruise, shrink this, maybe shrink something else. Chariot's okay. Can't attack this turn. A lot of follows. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's start with consider, and then cruise just costs less mana. All right, so we'll cruise. We'll leave Diligent Excavator only. All right, we get some loots. Maybe I should have cruised first, but it just costs more mana that way. All right, let's I guess discard Tyvar. Consider. I kind of want to keep the push. We're gonna draw 3 lands now, I'm sure. Helix push. Okay, so we can go Helix this, bounce something, and then push something else. I'm gonna shrink a cat token. It's gonna make it a little harder for them to do chariot stuff. And 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we just attack for 4, and then I think we can do double spell and then get things big enough to block / survive. And then we can win in the air next turn. Doesn't look like a great plan B. Yeah, Prisma, when you can lean into that, I think, which is nice. I kind of want to try a claim to fame version, but you lose Tyvar when you do that, and Tyvar is like part of the kill. So I'm not really sure how to go about building that version. Not sure that it exists really. All right, here's the crew. I got a Mutavault, that's fine. Let's let them attack, and then once they target with the chariot, we can push maybe. I think I'll just let this copy happen. Maybe we could push it. I guess if we're just attacking in the air next turn, we just wait. We don't have to. We can go block, block. And then we can Retraction Helix the Escus Chariot, maybe. And then if they have some way to stop the Retraction Helix, Fatal Push kills this. Yeah, I think 1 claim to fame on the board for the Wish is good. Lightning Strike on the Shredder. So now I just go push the cat, and then loot twice, and then game's over. Alright, this hand's pretty good. Alright, we'll just hold it push on the first turn. If they play anything, we're probably going to push into 2-drop. Alright, let's Jace here. If it survives, great. If it doesn't survive, we'll just get it back with Tyvar next turn. Fatal push. Alright, alright, alright. Tyvar get it back. Loot's pretty good. Next turn we can Thoughtseize. Can't quite flip the Jace this turn, but we do get a loot. Ooh, maybe I get Rona back instead. And let's get Jace. We need Mox and Helix to combo. Jace flipping means that I can maybe double push. We've already played a land. There is, I guess, some merit to main phase looting, because if we hit Mox. Okay. Nice push targets. Alright, so we can't discard Excavator. We'll just discard an extra land. We'll see if they eat anything. To be alive. To be alive. Push on the Jace. Okay. Alright, so let's just go push your thing. Thoughts you treasure cruise. Makes the Tyvar a little worse, but I think just using my mana that turn is important, and drawing 3 so I get to untap with a full grip. The only thing that's really not expendable is the excavator, right? Alright, so now I guess we could go excavator. Jace is nice. Let's just mill in case we hit. Beginning of your upkeep. Alright, let's just play 2 things that suck. Should I play my land or should I hold it for the loot? I kind of want to hold it for the loot. Let's just hold it for the loot. Alright, so they're going to put a counter on the Jace. That's fine once we transform it. We just have to fade removal for 1 turn. Hopefully we can. They drew land, Castle Lockthwain. They're going to activate. So if they don't hit a 3rd Fatal Push. Alright, we never block Chevelle. We'll just take the 1. If we draw... Let's see. Let's go loot first and transform, I suppose. Cruise for 1. My double thoughts. I guess there's no reason to double Thoughtseize. Let's go Thoughtseize though, just to see what their last card is. Let's hope it's a spell. It's not. We'll shrink the Sylvan Advocate so that even if they get it up, it's still a 4. Or still just a 2. Don't mind if Chevelle hits the Jace for 1. Alright, so now we have the combo except for Rona. We even have the Tyvar to give it virtual haste. So next turn we'll probably play Tyvar in minus, looking for the hits. Palace Tracker. Pretty good one. How's Shredder been? Shredder's been excellent, honestly. I really want to get a 4th into the deck. So the Chevelle's 100% coming. I think this can block 2. Ace takes 1. Let's go for a Tyvar. Mill ourselves. That way we can maybe hit a Rona. Hit another Shredder, so our down is guaranteed to connect. We'll get Shredder back if we don't hit the Rona. Alright, we hit Rona, so we'll go for the combo now. Should have thought Seize first, I guess, but... Alright, so we'll go save targets. Okay, cool. Thanks for the concession. Much appreciated. They have a lot of green threats, so I kind of want to Ether Gust. I don't really like any of my other cyber cards that much, though. They might have Leyline of the Void, but with Scavenging Ooze, I don't know if they do. Terra Sunder is just a removal spell, might be okay. Fatal Push is great. They have a lot of creatures. Maybe we just trim like these. The Thought Seizes are fine, but I don't know. Don't seem wholly necessary. They're keeping 7. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand's pretty bad. This hand's worse. Keep on 5. Just put back 2 lands. Hissing Quagmire. It's Quagmire. Thought sees you. Take Scooz or whatever. Go blanks, abrupt decays. I don't care about abrupt decay at all. Go blanks kind of annoying. Vraska's kind of annoying, but they're not super close to it at least. I don't think I want these. After seeing their configuration seems like a mishmash, hodgepodge stuff. Alright, I know this is gonna die, but that's okay. It'll push us towards Treasure Cruise, hopefully, eventually. Maybe this should just be Abrupt Decay. I haven't played against Leyline of the Void yet. I don't really like the idea of Assassin's Trophy. Abrupt Decay seems okay, though. It's possible we could do like a powered kill main deck and then a 2 Abrupt Decay in the sideboard or something. Alright, so now they're going to go for the Swift End. We'll take 2. Does Flipping Jace trigger Revolt? Yes, it does. Alright, all we can do is buy Jag. Takes 1 damage to do, but if we hit our lands 2 in a row, we can go Terra Center next turn. I mean, it's come up multiple times this league, Penguin. Like, it is an issue. You can play Second Excavator, but every additional shitty card you add to your deck makes it worse. Third Cruise against Scooz and yeah. All right, let's just take the Terra Sunders back out. I guess we'll keep and just hope we draw green. Probably play Watergrave tapped. I don't think there's any 1 mana threat I need to hold up push for. Alright, Tyvar down. That's fine. Can't even cast it. Don't care. Alright. I'm going to go for Thoughtseize You, I guess. I could save that for later, maybe, and hold up the Gust. Alright, Trophy doesn't matter. We'll just leave them with lands and Trophy. We have multiple future threats covered. They have a lot of 2-drops in their deck, so I think push is great here. Quagmire, okay. Land for Tyvar would be good. I'll probably just go ahead and minus. Consider your options. I think I'm going to bottom it. Alright, Rona's okay. If we get the land off of the Assassin's Trophy, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, you can play whatever disenchants you want. I think some combination of them is better than maxing out on any given one. Alright, we drew the Rona last turn off the Consider without the land. Now we're going to go ahead and play the Rona. If they hit it with a trophy, I'm okay with it. Again, we're still pretty far away from comboing. The extra land could be good. Tyvar could be useful later if we're able to draw the green. Although many of our green sources do enter the battlefield tapped after our 3rd land, so maybe there's an argument not to play the 3rd land. Nah, because the trophy I would want. I don't know. Alright, let's play the Mox and see if they want to kill the Rona in response. And then I'll just buy Gigantha. Got a free loot out of it, I guess. Maybe I just hold up. We'll play it by the Gigantha. Holding up Ether Gust makes some sense because of Vraska. We know 2 of their 5 cards are Castle and Woodland Cemetery. Alright, 2 of their 4 cards are Castle, Woodland Cemetery. Green Source untapped would be dope. Cruise is pretty good. We're going to Cruise, leave the Rona for the Tyvar. And instead of playing the Jace, I think I'm just going to hold up Ether Gust. I don't know what they could throw at me, but next turn we can start with Tyvar minus get back Rona, then get back Jace. Takanuma, okay. They get Murder Strider. That's fine. So they have Murder Strider, Castle, Woodland. Do you think Dekendu's list is still viable? I have yet to play it. I don't know that it was good in the first place, but he did win an RCQ. So whatever you think, that how much that matters, that's what happened. All right, green, blue, black. We'll play Tyvar. We're guaranteed to get a Rona, so let's go ahead and minus before they kill it with a Murder Strider. I could gust my own Tyvar to the top. I kind of want to play the Lance. I think I'm going to discard the Mox. All right, let's go for Jace to untap. If they want to kill this, that's fine as well. But they might want to kill the Jace in response to the loots. We'll play the Sanctum. I'm just going to say go. Or maybe I should just loot with Jace to force it. Let's just force it. All right, we can discard a push and then play Mox and then cruise. I think that's fine. And still discard Gigantha as well. Should not have played the Botanical Sanctum. Alright, so they kill the Jace, that's fine. If we draw Helix, we can just kill them. Alright, let's Thoughtseize. We know 2 of the 3. Scoozes the other one. Okay. And now, I think I'm going to go for the kill if we hit it. Like, we just have to hit Helix here. We get... Oh, we can't. That was dumb. I'll just hold back and protect the Tyvar. We have a push still for the Quagmire. See, that's the thing, man. I'm it's not that I'm like I'm just like not playing it optimally ever. The deck has like too much going on. Too many triggers, too many activated abilities or whatever. Invoke Despair. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, I'm just not gonna worry about the removal. They just never played any creatures that we cared about. So they draw 1 card. Next turn we can play Tyvar minus. If we draw the Helix, we win. We have a draw step and a loot to find it. That's what I get for siding one of them out, though, yeah? Alright, well, we drew the Jace too, so we can find it 2 ways now. Is there a way to reanimate a Planeswalker from the graveyard easily? I'm curious if there's like a way to keep getting Tyvar back. Like, Tyvar getting back the creatures is great, but the creatures getting back Tyvar in some way would be good as well. Alright, let's probably cruise here. Yo, digital. Alright, we'll draw the cruise with the Jace. We'll loot here. Found Excavator. Let's discard one of these shitty lands. Play this tap. Say go. This is now 37 cards, no Helix. They might have had some way to break it up. We have 4 pushes gone, but they might not attack with Quagmire, thinking that push was going to kill it. Well, I guess I should not have discarded all those pushes, huh? Now we're just going to lose. Alright, so they have one unknown card. They're attacking down the Jace. We have Tyvar to do Tyvar things. Alright, let's start with the loot. Draw 3. Alright, we'll play the Cruise from the grave, I guess. Alright. Incredible. Finally. Alright, let's start with the Thoughtseize just to make sure 100% that the coast is clear. Build a ruin. Okay. Alright, untap the Rona. Took long enough. They tried really hard to not let me kill here. Alright, so let's make some mana. Not the best hand in the world. We're in the draw as well. I think I'll just mulligan. We're as good people. So, yeah, the Cruise looks so bad there, right? We'll keep this one. Put back Mox, maybe? Maybe consider. So if we can put back, see, Shredder Mox doesn't do anything. Could put back Jace. Thoughtseize on 1 is good. I'm gonna put back the Consider, I think. Mostly because I want to go Ledger Mox instead of Jace Mox on 2. Jace Mox Consider on 2 is okay. Thoughtseize on 1 is necessary, I think. Have you thought about a collected company version of the deck? I have actually, but it doesn't find Helix or what you calls it, so it just feels very lackluster. So 2 land. We could just take Salvage and hope that they brick a bunch. That seems so loose, though. So this is not going to kill the Jace, right? Okay. Can't stay away. Seems gross. But everything can find the Greasefang, so it's all the same. So let's just take Salvage, maybe. I guess Witherbloom can kill the Mox. Alright, whatever. We'll just give them Infinite Dig. Maybe we'll kill them before they do anything that matters. So from a row. Well, now we just need to draw the Rona. Alright, let's go Ledger. Might discard the Helix since we have the Vryn to flash it back. Could keep a land over it. I like getting this up to 4 toughness. Eventually, we might be able to use it for real defense or real offense. All right, Salvage does not find Greasefang. They kept Darkboard Pathway. Okay. Kills Flip Jace. Yo, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Oh, they just found the Greasefang naturally? Cool. You win. Whatever. Oh, I guess I had the out of Tyvar Plus. I don't really like the Terra Sunders. They do exile though, so maybe they're okay. Cruise can get trimmed. Maybe trim a Fatal Push as well. Alright, we'll shock so we can consider our push. Unlikely to need to push. Terra Sunder gives me a little bit of help, I suppose. Thoughtseize. Alright, I guess we'll consider. The push is like so mid without a Jace flip. I think maybe I should cut all of them, or maybe just more of them. Kind of just want to land. Thoughtseize here now. Maybe gonna take Tyvar. We'll just play Rona. If they take Rona, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool list, right? That's the only way to get it, because they didn't post it publicly. You know, sell your commodities or whatever. Was it like 30 people or something sent him $10? So it was very clearly the right decision for him. $300 is a lot of money for just a deck list. Brendan is a highly respected individual in the deck building community because he puts in so much work and has cool ideas. Paid for your flight to Dallas? Awesome. What else can you ask for, you know? Alright, hopefully we naturally draw land. I don't really want to do anything else here. Other than play the Tyvar. Dang it. Alright, let's just Thoughtseize. I don't really want to play the Terra Sun or hold up Terra Sunder. They're just like not gonna combo next turn. Do I take Chariot, or the Thoughtseize is honestly not that big of a deal. Hardcast Chariot in a turn or two is a big deal. Alright, so I take one Tyvar. I will block and let him Witherbloom command me because the body on the Diligent Excavator just doesn't matter. Land. 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 Come on. If they drew Grizzly Salvage, I'm going to be kind of ticked off, honestly. Is that why they're pausing? In case I draw a counterspell? Maybe they want to upkeep it? Don't got to think about it. We're going to self-mill. Can't cast Salvage. Oh, yeah, Basic Plains. Lol. Nice Basic Plains. Yeah, I just feel like the Chariot just puts too much pressure on me. Alright, do we want Rona or Jace? We don't have Mox or the other thing, so I think we just take Jace. And I'm going to go ahead and flip. Ray is great. Pushes whatever. We'll just shrink this thing. And now just hope we don't get Grease Fanged for Chariots before we can untap. You think it's Rona there? Not close? Over the Jace when I have a Treasure Cruise in the graveyard? Really? With Treasure Cruise in the graveyard and drawing Ravenfieldment, I don't know that I agree with you. But the fact that you are so adamant about it leads me to believe that maybe I should have thought more. Oh, sorry. I don't really care for Karuga Fires, but I think Bring to Light's okay. So I looted away the Witherbloom command, so now we know that. Alright, let's go for a cruise. We'll try to leave the Rona, I guess. Guess we'll try to leave Rona and Retraction Helix. Alright, let's go for a Jace. Self-mill. If we draw Loot Mox, let's see. Alright, I'm just going to target this and hold up Ray. It's fine. There's no reason to loot because I already have a Jace. We can do that next turn maybe with Ray. If they don't go for Grease Fang, I might Ray this to protect my Planeswalkers. And block this on the other one. Alright, we'll float a black. That way it keeps priority during my main phase. Or during their main phase, 1. I don't know. I don't think they have Can't Stay Away. Okay, I don't know why they conceded. I was not close to comboing. Let's see. I'm gonna cut the fatal pushes. They don't seem that good, and they're hard to turn on at instant speed. Give me the cruise back. Give me the consider back. Maybe give me a duress. Terra Sunder at least exiles, which is why it's there instead. But Darkslick Shores, perfect land to draw if we're gonna draw a land. Thoughtseize you. Traverse Parhelion Decay. I don't really care about Decay. Traverse is pretty far off, but a potential problem. Maybe we just take Decay. And then our J sticks next turn. This is tough. I feel like I don't care about my Jace dying. So let's just take the Traverse and keep them off of a later Greasewing. Because if they just draw Grizzly Salvage or something similar, they just get to turn on the Traverse pretty easily. Alright, let's go for a Jace first. Let's let it die, and then we'll play Rona next turn. And then if we draw Helix, we can combo. Tandy, last week I played one copy of Invasion of Omniket on Neoform, and it was gas. Won 2 hard matchups by itself. Nice. I do think that card's cool. I think it's a little difficult to be able to turn it on, though. It's the only real problem for me. I'm just going to play the Rona as a bait because I want them to go for a decay. And then if we draw Mox next turn, we win. And but if I play Tyvar, then they get full value out of their decay by killing it, right? This way I can also bluff Rave Enfeeblement. Alright, so all we know is Parhelion. Alright, so I think we can loot first. Okay, that was a great draw. Now we're just insulated from everything. So let's go Shock. Tyvar, bring back Rona. Let's loot to transform and then hold up Ray. If we draw Mox, we combo. Let's loot again. If we hit, we hit. That's great. Okay, we hit. So let's go for discard Cruise. Alright, so we have one if they have nothing. I think minusing Thoughtseize is worse than just going for it and then treasure cruising later. So I am just going to go for it. If they have the interaction, that's fine. All right, nice. 4-1 with the deck. And honestly, it looked really good. Ledger Shredders felt really great. Our only loss was Rakdos, which I would consider to be generically a bad matchup. But that's the matchup that we're really trying to figure out, right? Like, Rakdos mid-range with their Thoughtseizes and their Fatal Push. They are like the best Thoughtseize Fatal Push deck. And we are essentially opening ourselves up to exploitation by playing a combo with Helix and Amber. No matter how redundant the combo is, no matter how good the individual cards themselves are, eventually your cards start to break down in quality when they are separated from their counterparts. And Rakdos never has that problem because none of their cards need each other to survive. I think that they're very good at turning on Fatal Push. We're okay at turning on Fatal Push. But I think that the biggest difference is that our entire game plan revolves around 2-drop creatures, so Fatal Push is excellent against us. Thoughtseize is also very strong. So when that's the case, I think it's just a natural disadvantage. It's going to be very hard to push back against. I'm not sure if there's any other direction to go other than Ledger Shredder as far as alleviating some of that pressure. I do think Ledger Shredder looked excellent, and when we played against Rakdos, it was the only thing that kept us in the game in multiple spots. Maybe made some bad judgment calls at some points. This version with Ledger Shredder felt really good, though, so highly recommend trying out Ledger Shredder yourself in the build. In this iteration, I think it looked pretty sweet, and that's going to do it. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. I'm Tandy. We'll see you soon.